really don't have a ton to talk about, so hopefully you can
I
kinda
have
carry on.
tons.
Yeah. Can you also check out if you want to share this link, here I'll send you this link. And you can post this up on there. There you go. I'll mute that as well.
I love you. I know.
Copy. And you've got it on the Geek Underground page.
Mm-hmm.
How much time do we have? Oh, 40 seconds. Ooh, the mic is hot.
Up.
And welcome to the Geek Underground episode number 50. This is Dadpool.
And the trash panda again.
Again, we said that once already, but this is episode number 50. We've actually made it to 50. Did you know the average podcast only makes it 8 episodes before it cancels?
Really?
Only 8.
Ah, well, we're a bit better than that.
Now, you've been teaching our son his times tables. How many more times if from 8 is 50
From 8
to 50?
Well, 5 is 40, so 2 more, 7 plus and a half.
We know our math here at the Geek Underground. It's something big like that. But we are glad. Hopefully you're joining us today. Or we're just going to have some fun. You know what? There's not a whole lot of news going on right now out in the world. There
Yes,
is.
there is.
But there's not as much. There's not as most of it is depressing news like, oh, this show is getting canceled and this show is getting pushed back. You know what really bummed me out? And I know we're not in movie news yet, but like Ghostbusters pushed till next year.
I haven't got a problem
All
with
the
that.
way until next year.
Eh.
Morbius pushed all the way. Help me out, guys. Okay.
Ah, dear. I've got
Ghostbusters,
lots of
Spider-Man.
news.
We gotta wait till next year. That was supposed to be like June and July, and now we gotta wait until 2021. That's so depressing to me.
Wah, wah, wah.
What are you weighing? This is sadness.
Yeah, I can wait.
All right. Well, I don't know about you, but we're going a bit stir crazy at times. I think we have a 10 and 11-year-old, and after day 1 of quarantine lockdown, they were bouncing off the walls.
Literally.
I'm bored. We gotta do something. We gotta go outside. We gotta see. No, there's months of this. Stop. Figure your life out. Life has got to be sorted out because it's holy cow.
Yeah, you're asleep for most of this.
Kids are crazy. And I know many people are in the same boat. Again, I think I mentioned this last time that people are either in one of two boats right now. Either they are suffocated by the amount of family around them that they are not used to having around them all the time, which to some people it is unusual to be constantly trapped 24/7 with your family, or you're just alone in a house and having a hard time because you're feeling very isolated. I was actually when I went to grab some groceries for your mom, I ran into a police officer out here, and he said his wife went to take care of her parents who live in Spain right before the lockdown, and she got trapped out in Spain.
Oh.
And so now he's here all by himself. His wife is away. And they're both doing okay, but that's the kind of situation a lot of people find themselves in. Completely isolated from everything. Now, luckily, he's a police officer, so he's out in the community. He sees people all the time.
Yeah.
Some people don't have that luxury, and you know, if you want to talk to someone, you can just talk to us. It's okay. You're welcome to talk to
We
us
know
here.
what you're going through.
But we have a new introduction because people are so bored. There's so little to do. People are taking that time to add gold to the internet. I don't know if you'll laugh at this one as much as me, but this should be our new introduction right here.
Cuerpo, sarang mo na yan! Cuerpo, sarang mo na yan!
People are bored, and it's great because they're adding amazing stuff like that out there.
Yeah.
And I love stuff like that.
I know you do.
And if you like 20th Century Fox, and I find people hitting their heads amusing, and that was.
But you see,
lots of
every
hitting
time
their
I
heads.
hear that 20th Century Fox
It's
thing,
just Star Wars.
yeah, I start hearing Star Wars after that. You know,
Because my dad was a gadget guy, and back in the 80s, long time ago, he bought a
Seriously,
laser
dude?
disc player.
Do you want me to throw something at you?
The 80s were a long time ago now.
They're not that long ago.
They were over 30 years ago.
That's not that long.
That's a long time. And so in the middle of the 80s, actually early 80s, he bought a laser disc player. If you don't know what a
you've told
laser
me
disc
this.
is, think of like a DVD, but the size of a record and made of glass. So if you drop them, they'd shatter, which as us kids, we did that. And on that, though, he bought the original Star Wars A New Hope. And so whenever I hear that as well, that was the first thing that came on the screen when you put that laser disc in was that 20th Century Fox, that goodness that just makes you feel all warm and fuzzy inside. And that's what I've always
See,
associated
mine was a
with.
VHS player.
You mean you didn't have a Laserdisc player?
No, we didn't.
All right, only cool
didn't.
people had those. Did they even make it in England? Did you guys have Laserdisc players in this
I
country?
imagine we did, but funny enough, some people didn't buy into them because they knew it wasn't going to last. And lo and behold, it didn't last.
Hey, they're making a comeback like records. No, they're not.
Why?
I don't know. There's no point to that medium.
No,
It's
there's not.
terrible.
It's terrible.
It is a terrible,
Mini
terrible
disc,
medium.
I can understand, but yeah, Laserdisc, no.
Laserdisc, no. Now,
No.
people are finding unique ways to break curfew. If you're alive in a Western society today, you are probably finding yourself under either a moderate lockdown or a very severe lockdown. And one person here in the UK decided to find a unique way to go outside.
Is this the Australian bloke?
I don't think this is the Australian bloke, but this is someone that this is going out. Is this what going out in 2020 has come to? Here you have to watch and find out.
Yes, the Bushman.
This is in England, though.
He's going out in the bush.
What is he doing?
He's going walkabout.
He's going for a walkabout. But like,
This is so good. I want to do this for Comic-Con.
what? That?
Yes.
I can't tell if he's serious or not, though. This is
don't
like his neighbor
care.
filled with.
That's amazing. I love it.
Oh my goodness. Like, what is he? I mean, I don't even know. Here's him coming back with the groceries from Sainsbury's. He's been shopping.
Well, you know, you've got to really, you know, you've got to be there to really think. You imagine going up in a store dressed like that.
Oh my goodness. I actually wore my son has this face mask that's like a shark today, and I wore it not so much to protect me, but I've just heard those stats though of 50% of people that have coronavirus, which is actually a confirmed stat now, more than 50% possibly just have no symptoms and we could be spreading it. And so for me, it's not going to be 100% effective, but it'll stop a lot of the moisture escaping, and so I figured I'd try it. But it was a cool
why
shark mask.
I want to get one of those, you know, those floppy Tyrannosaurus Rex costumes.
go running
and
just
then I can go shopping in one of those, because then I'm like Bubble Girl. So I can be like, and run
Bubble
around.
Girl. Did you hear this guy in New York? I'm not sure he's flirting or just trying to ask this girl out via a drone. So he flew, which first off is really creepy. A drone flies into your garden with like a camera on it. You're just thinking stalker. You want to hit it with a baseball bat. And apparently was somehow able to woo a girl to go on a date with him. And on their date, he went outside in a bubble. So she was walking and he was in a bubble. That's how they kept their social distancing. But this was in Brooklyn. So I did this a couple weeks ago.
He zorbed in Brooklyn.
He zorbed in Brooklyn. But again, first, creepy. He's trying to pick up on a girl with a drone, just flying a drone to her house.
Yeah, I'm not sure that's okay.
That doesn't sound good at all.
I'll be kind of honest, from what I've heard about Tinder, I mean...
I guess that's
pretty
pretty
normal.
mild then compared to a lot of stuff that happens on Tinder. Yeah.
Yeah,
But even stars are stuck inside not knowing what to do.
I know.
And we came across Tom Holland. We love you. You're a little puppy that pees on things. We've talked about this before. And you need a shot collar, okay? But we still love you. And you showed us this. This is the handstand challenge. And in one, it's just Tom Holland shirtless, so you can't go wrong with this. But here's Tom Holland.
You can go wrong.
Here's Tom Holland attempting the handstand challenge. If you don't know what that is, it's doing a handstand up against a wall and trying to put on a shirt. I figured Spidey would have more success than this. But here's Mr. Holland. He'll explain it.
Okay. Thanks, Ollie Gardner, for this impossible challenge. Okay. Last one. Oh,
Good job, Tom. Good job.
Really?
how do you do this, man?
I don't get it. You're Spider-Man. You should know how to do this. You just stick your feet
But
to
the
the
nice
walls.
thing is, you can tell he's in England.
Why's that?
The house.
Okay.
The house is
I
totally
can't get
British.
my hand through the...
What is wrong with you guys? Spider-Man. We're just going to wait this out because, again, I expected so much more from Tom Holland.
Yeah.
I expected so much more. And
See,
he
when
finally
you
has it on.
originally said a handstand challenge, I thought he was going to
41
do this.
seconds.
I thought he was going to do this balance where he wasn't actually going to be up against the wall.
Now, that would be amazing. Now, he nominates some people
Jake
here.
Gyllenhaal, Ryan Reynolds, and Harrison Osterfield.
I don't know who that last one is, but I know who Jake Gyllenhaal. Look at Jake. Now, Jake is cut. He's getting all cut for lots of things. But, dude, he just puts Holland
Yeah,
to
but
shame
he
here.
also picks the right kind of shirt. There is the right kind of shirt to do this in, and Holland was using a very sort of tighter shirt, and Gyllenhaal has cleverly chosen, and he even pulls it down.
Yep.
I mean, Holland barely gets it round like
top half.
his head, and then goes, "Look, I did it!
I
I'm so
nominate
great."
Hugh Jackman, 50 Cent, and Maggie Gyllenhaal.
And I want to see those three
Don't
do it.
forget
That
to
would be
support your
amazing.
local businesses.
And then poor Ryan. Come on, Ryan, you're Deadpool. This is kind of disappointing, though.
No, it's not.
It is.
It's totally Ryan.
This is disappointing.
No.
Yeah, you've disappointed me, Ryan.
You haven't disappointed me.
You've disappointed me, Ryan. That was disappointing.
No, it's not disappointing.
He should have given it a shot. He could have done it
No.
with. He could have done
He
the
could
handstand.
have done it with his eyes closed, and that's why he didn't. He didn't need to.
So-
he don't
so
need
it
to
took-
prove himself.
It took Holland 41 seconds. It took Jake Gyllenhaal 16 seconds.
Uh-huh.
And, I felt that I should at least try this. I should at least give it a shot.
Yeah.
I had to try it. And let's see how my attempt goes.
Not only will I do the t-shirt challenge doing a handstand, but I will do it wearing a Deadpool mask where I can hardly see a thing.
I had to bring a
All
little
right.
Ryan in there because he didn't do it, so I had to do it
My
for
hands a
him.
bit. These masks are terrible for seeing. Okay, here we go. I'll get up, we'll start a timer, and Davey and Sam, you boys getting smoked.
And those are the two guys that I challenged. One of them fell in the process.
And that's me giggling in the background
3, 2,
because I had to video him
go.
doing it.
If that's,
Wait, timer. Let's watch the timer.
I'm
pull
watching the
it over
timer.
my mask, and on and down. Boom, baby!
What was that? Like seven seconds.
It was
7
getting
seconds.
closer to 8 seconds.
No,
but
that
yeah.
was when my feet hit the floor. It was 7 seconds with my shirt on. Tom Holland took 41 seconds. I thought there's no way that I was so scared it was gonna be just a struggle, and it's not that hard. All right, so if you guys want to show us, I'd love to see. If you guys have your own handstand challenge, you want to try it, hit us up at the Geek Underground. Do it. It's okay. It's fine. You can do it. It's not hard. Just hold yourself up and pull your shirt on. Why are you dissuading them from this?
But it's stupid.
Oh, it's fun.
Ryan
It's-
Reynolds has the great idea. No.
No, he doesn't. It'll give you something to do. We're quarantining away. You got something to do then. So do it for me. Just for me. Again, at the Geek Underground, you can find us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.
Twitter.
Okay.
Have we had enough of your silly movies? And
No,
can we
I
go
think I want one more because this one, every time I watch it, makes me chuckle. Again, people finding stuff to do in quarantine. We got to show this because it's fun. And you will laugh. I will laugh. I laugh every single time I see this. And we'll just. Like, what are they doing? I don't understand what's happening here. What's going on? He's so clever, though. Look at that. You are intentionally trying not to laugh now because that is funny. I like that.
He looks like a centaur with a really bad problem.
That is amazing. That is amazing. Come on. It just takes creativity. That's all people are doing is they're finding ways just to have fun and be creative and then blessing the internet with that because that's fantastic.
Okay.
You're bothering me.
Why?
That's ridiculous. All right, then fine. You get one more video, and you get a really weird one now.
Come
You can watch
on.
this weird shirtless guy try this model challenge. This is what you get to see now. This is what you get to see. I just love your face right now. It's impressive. He's actually using Corona bottles too, by the way. But still, I love his face here at the end. You would make that same face if you just pulled that off. You would make that same face
That
because
is pretty
that's
impressive.
Oh, come on. He landed it. I didn't think he was going to be able to land that just full of water.
I didn't know what he was going to do. I thought he was going to like play them like the drums. You're like, "Ding-ding." I don't know.
All right, that's what you get for not laughing at the last one.
Okay.
All right, now
fine.
you've got stuff. So Panda, tell me what it is that you have been geeking out about in this last week. Like, what
I've
has been on
got
the top
lots
of your
to
list?
geek about. I have tons and
got
tons and
tons and
tons and
tons?
tons of stuff to geek about.
All right, well,
and I even have like a little fun quiz discussion for later
We've
too.
got a quiz discussion.
Woo,
Okay.
yeah.
We'll bring up the quiz discussion.
We'll bring up the quiz discussion.
do
Where
it.
do you want to start? Movies, TV shows?
We always start with, I think, TV. So let's start with some TV stuff.
TV shows. Well, for you over here, you have just been watching episode 3 of The Mandalorian, just aired on Friday.
Probably.
Very cool.
Okay.
And supposedly, season 2 was supposed to drop in October, which obviously is not happening now.
Why not?
But, oh, I wonder. But the good news is before all the coronavirus stuff happened, somebody was seen on the set of The Mandalorian season 2. And that was Jamie Lee Curtis.
Ooh, along with Rosario Dawson, because I'm loving the fact that we have Rosario Dawson coming in as Ahsoka.
Yeah, but here's the really fun news,
All right.
okay? There's a possibility she was just visiting the set.
Okay.
And where from, you might ask?
I don't know.
Next Door set. And do you know what was being filmed on Next Door set?
Hold on. Was it a Disney Marvel-y thing?
It was a Disney thing.
A Disney thing.
Now a Disney thing.
Now a Disney thing?
Uh-huh.
So like a Star Wars-y thing?
No.
And not a Marvel-y thing?
No.
I don't know.
Avatar 2.
Oh.
Woohoo! So, the good news
Okay.
is Jamie Lee Curtis is either in The Mandalorian season 2 or she's in Avatar 2, which neither have
guess
been
either way.
confirmed, but she was spotted on set before everything went down. So, it means that we actually have production going on both The
Yes.
Mandalorian season 2 and on Avatar 2. Finally, James Cameron, what have you been doing? We've been dying for this. Come on, Avatar 2.
And do you understand
we need
how
it.
many... I think the first release date was 2016 even for
Something
Avatar
like
2. And then it's been pushed back. And now the problem, though, is once Disney acquired that all, that pushed everything back even
Yeah.
further. It was supposed to be an every year release for the next 4, because there's 5 of these things now. 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, and 5. All in a row, and now Disney wants to space them out either every other year or every other year.
Mm-hmm.
Probably just to sell toys, T-shirts, whatever. So,
But the thing
it's
is
gonna take
that
forever to
like
get this series out
there
now.
are very few movies that I will actually go to the cinema and watch like the 3D version for. I watched it for The Hobbit because it was well worth it with the extra frame rates per second.
Yeah.
It was insanely good, but it gives me a headache. I'm not going to lie. But I survived it for the Avatar re-release, the extended edition in 3D, and it was beautiful.
Okay.
And I'm really looking forward to Avatar 2. Other TV news. Oh, you wanted to sit here about Star Wars Obi-Wan, didn't you? Because that was something you're really excited about.
And I know they put it on hold for a bit, but they were still in pre-production for that.
Yes.
Is last
well,
I heard.
They've landed a writer.
Okay.
His name is Joby Harold. Now, you might not know who that is, but he actually wrote John Wick 3 Parabellum.
Okay.
Which I really enjoyed that.
Yeah.
It made me go, oh my gosh, a few times. I don't think I've watched a movie where I've actually had to hide my eyes a couple of times, and that movie did it to me. But it was a really good movie.
That was a brutal
however,
movie. However,
it was brutal.
Gore fest in that movie.
Not a kid's movie.
Definitely not a kid's movie.
No. Love, Mr. Keanu Reeves, but not a kid's movie. No. And the episodes have now been reduced from 6 episodes down to 4 episodes.
What?
But they may be feature length.
Oh, so they're in like the
They
Sherlock where they do
possibly
90-minute.
might well
Okay.
be.
See, that would make up for it. Instead of 6-hour episodes, we get 4 hour and a half. I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that because you're still getting a good 6 hours of
Yeah.
stuff.
Absolutely. Now, sci-fi or sci-fi, as
Siffy.
sakes. They don't do a lot of things right. You know, they got rid of Warehouse 13. We all cried. You know, the amount of things that they've gotten rid of that were brilliant, and they've just gone, no, we've had enough sci-fi.
Weren't they the ones that
However-
canceled Stargate Universe as well?
Yes.
I liked that show.
I liked that show. If you haven't seen a good show, watch Stargate Universe because it was really good.
If you like the Stargate stuff, it's like Stargate, only not.
Yeah. Absolutely.
It's kind of hard.
I like Stargate. My dad really likes Atlantis, and I could never get into Atlantis.
Yeah, that was hard.
It just never worked for me.
Even though it had Jason
But,
Momoa.
yeah. And I kind of
Didn't
tried
work.
to watch it again recently because of Momoa, and I just still couldn't go. I was
Yeah.
like, I don't like it. I like the original ones. I just don't like that. But yeah, it's Sharknado is one of the things that came out of sci-fi. I love their B-movies. They're most ridiculous thing ever, but I really, really enjoy them. And they're doing a full-on Sharknado weekend.
Ooh.
Oh, yes. If you haven't seen
Like
Sharknado,
every single Sharknado.
1 through, is it 6? 5,
I
6?
lost
I
count.
can't remember.
I lost count after 1.
Oh, for goodness sakes. So good. I've made him watch a couple of them because they are
Yeah, they're not
ridiculous.
bad.
Not kids' movies again, but they are really, really,
They're
really
not
funny.
bad.
So, and on that note, I watched 47 Meters Down Uncaged, which really annoyed me because the original one, which was 47 Meters Down with Mandy Moore, we own it because we bought it after it had been in the cinemas. And then the next one, which is the second one, was never released out here in the UK, not even to buy on iTunes,
Which is weird.
which is very strange. But all of a sudden this weekend, it came on Netflix. So I thought, yes, I'll go and watch this nonsense. And it was worse than nonsense. My goodness. Mega Shark versus Giant Octopus has more credit than that nonsense.
Wow.
What I had to do with that was about 47 meters down, I have no clue. No clue. Wasn't even mentioned. They just did some cave diving. I mean, the last one, they were down at that depth and it kept kind of pinging up on their watches and they couldn't get back up to the surface. Makes sense. But 47 meters down Uncaged, they didn't even mention the 47 meters.
They're just taking the name and making like the next one, trying to make some money. That's probably why it didn't even make it
And
out here.
they're discovering this cave system out in the middle of somewhere like Greece or something. And these 2 great white sharks that are blind because they've been and grown up in these dark caves, all of a sudden, when the girls go down swimming into there, decide then they're going to eat everything. Even though nobody'd seen them before. It's ridiculous.
Or you can just move past B-movie news. Terrible. We don't need B-movie news.
TV news. I'll just keep going. Wait a minute. Wait. TV news.
You know what has me really frustrated, though, about Disney Plus? Actually, a couple things on TV news while you're looking at that.
Oh, you're going to do Disney Plus now?
Well, I'll just mention Disney Plus in the fact that in this age where everything is connected,
Yep.
right? Everybody is connected to everything else. You can't release a series like The Mandalorian in America and then not release it in England and another Western world.
I actually had a whole section on this because I've got to say, Disney, you should be ashamed of yourself how you're treating the UK. I'm going to be that brutally honest.
Oh, and Onward's not even being released out here?
Disney Plus comes out in November in the States and then
March.
gets pushed out to the end of March. It was basically April by the time we had it. Now,
Well,
I
we
understand.
had it before
well,
with
we did,
VPNs
but
and stuff.
I understand not releasing the full series because you don't want people going and getting their
And you
free
want it week
subscription
to
for a
week.
week and then not paying. I get it. I understand that. But there are shows that are not put on Disney Plus over in the UK. Descendants 3 is not available on Disney Plus over here in the UK. I actually bought that movie because Kalea really enjoyed it. And I actually enjoyed the Descendants movies. I thought they were fun. But it's not on there, including some of their other TV series, which I wanted to go back and watch, are not available.
And Onward.
Onward, which was available this weekend in America on Disney Plus, doesn't even have a date for release for the UK one. Not to mention the Star Wars convention. What was that called?
Oh, the Star Wars Celebration?
Yeah, Star Wars Celebration has no fixed dates for Europe, full stop.
Yeah, they've had 4 more in the States since... Oh, no, because they skipped a year. So they had 3 more in the States after the 2016 that it was in London. And they've got to have it back. They've got to give the European audience something with that.
Disney, you spend so much money. Most of the Star Wars movies are filmed right here in the UK. Most of the Marvel movies, you do a lot of filming in the UK. And
Bring
yet
some
you
love. Bring
don't
us some
care
love.
about us.
Bring us some love. I want a little love.
You are
Just a little
treating
bit.
us awfully. You know what, Disney? Be ashamed of yourselves. Absolutely be ashamed. Because I've literally had it to here with you guys. And it's like, you're doing my head in at this point. Stop. Think about the fact that you're not just about America and there are other countries that adore you. That Star Wars Celebration should not just be happening in... It should be happening on a rotation, yes, in America, but also in Europe and also in Asia and also down in Australia. Because it's not fair to
the
imagine...
Aussies don't need it.
Yes, they do.
I know, but as far as the population, they're going to look at like things like that.
I
as far as
know,
where
but
it's
in
gonna
terms
go.
of actually getting, population growth in the separate areas, you need to be able to let people who are in that area have a cheaper way to get to it. I'm sorry, a family of 4 going out to Florida at that time of year, because let's face it, you don't put it at an unpopular time of year, and then charging the kind of money that you're going to be doing, you're looking at $2,000-3,000 for like flights alone, let alone hotels, and then the tickets for the actual celebration, and
There's a
then
lot.
on top
There's a
of
lot.
it, also like your food, and then everything you want to do, like spending 135 quid to go and get Mark Hamill's signature.
To sum it up, Disney.
You suck.
Yeah. Not what I
Sorry.
was going to say, but that works. Okay.
We love your stuff, but you've got to
Just
stop
bring it,
treating
bring
the UK like we're some little weird growth on your toe. Stop it. Seriously.
Are you done?
Yeah.
I have one more thing then, real quick.
Okay.
All right. So again, I think we mentioned this on the last show. Picard is free. I think it's ending soon. If you want to get Picard on CBS All Access, there's actually 2 codes you need to use. One gives you 30 days. The other one gives you another 30 days. It's gift and enjoy. So if at checkout you use the 2 promo codes, gift and enjoy, yes, you got to put a credit card in right away to get signed up, but you get 60 days of free CBS All Access, which in America is Star Trek Discovery and Picard, plus a plethora of other stuff they have. I don't really know because all of it comes out on
And
either
we haven't
Netflix
heard
or
any.
Amazon
There's
here.
been nothing. We know it's finished filming, but there has been no news about Discovery Season 3 yet. We don't know anything. There's no...
All the post-production on shows like that take a long time. Same with
We're
The
not sure
Expanse
what's
Season
happening.
5. They finished all the shooting on that. Now it's all post-production, getting the special effects in. That can take a long time. I've heard rumors they are trying to speed that up and get that out sooner, though.
Yeah.
The Expanse. But anyways, back to you.
Now, my last little thing of what were you thinking? I play, and I've been playing for probably about 17 years at this point. It's a game called Neopets. Now, if you've not heard of it, if you're a parent, this is a brilliant site to let your kids go run amok on. It is so safe, it's ridiculous, and it's so much fun. You basically own a pet. It's digital. You can play games with it. You can battle it. You feed it. You can't kill it. I've had mine for 17 years and he's not dead. The amount of times I've let him basically be starved to death.
Yeah, this is not like a Tamagotchi where
No.
if you don't feed it, it
It's
dies.
fun. It's really good fun. Anyway, it's a very secure site. I've got to say, both my kids have Neopets now. as even a parent and as their parent, I can't even make friends with my children. So because I'm an
really
adult,
well locked down. It's
it is
really
very well done. And it's the way that they do the messaging and everything else. It's very secure. It's so secure. So I've got to give them mad props because I've been playing, like I said, 17 years, and it's I still go back to it. But anyway, I was playing a game on Neopets, and they often put adverts on there for things like Cartoon Network. And Sean heard me scream from downstairs, and he wasn't sure what was going on. And I'm just like, no!
I come racing downstairs thinking someone has died. They fell on scissors and got impaled. Like, what happened? Like, what's going on?
So Cartoon Network, again, what were you thinking? Has just picked up the license and has started making a Thundercats cartoon. Now, if you think that Thundercats looks great and wonderful and you remember it from the 80s when it was brilliant, yeah. No, we're not talking about this. Can you get a picture up of, like, the new Thundercats?
I'll get one on my phone and just kind of hold
okay.
it up. Well, hold on. Our memories of the Thundercats
No,
are
I've
brilliant.
seen it since.
There are things that need to be left in our memories.
No, I still like the Thundercats.
Is one of those. I tried watching some of that, and it is the worst voice-acted show I've ever seen, but they just talk so slow. There is zero... I don't know why I like this show. I would cry if I missed Thundercats as a kid. And I tried watching it, and I can't. I cannot watch that show. Now,
can you show this?
It
this
looks
is
really
what it looks like. No, it doesn't.
Oh, my gosh. It is horrid.
I mean, no! What is wrong with you people?
Oh,
No!
Thundercats roar.
Oh, it's terrible.
The stylized new Thundercat stuff looks amazing. Like, again, my memories of Thundercats. Now, even shows like G.I. Joe, did you see that Hasbro released a limited run of a whole bunch of G.I. That's at least not bad. I've watched some G.I. Joe somewhat recently. So actually, if you guys have kids, want to introduce them to your childhood, just look up the Hasbro G.I. Joe run. They've released a short series that kind of tries to piece together a bunch of the storylines with like Sergeant Slaughter and the rise of Serpentor, stuff like that. Those kids born before 1990 will have no idea what I'm talking about, or after 1990 have no idea what I'm talking about. But those that were a little older than that, you will know G.I. Joe and Serpentor and Destro and all of that. But I guess the movies introduced a whole new wave of people to some of the G.I. Joe characters. Yeah. All right. But anyways, yeah. So if you got kids and want to show them something different, they probably hate it. Don't show them Thundercats. Please don't ruin Thundercats that way.
I remember original Thundercats and I enjoyed it, but there we go.
In your memory, yes, you remember.
No, I've watched it recently and I actually still enjoyed it. So
yeah, I had friends that bought me all the box sets on DVDs, and I watched, again, I think 1 or 2 episodes and just put them away, left them on the shelf. They got really cool boxes, so they look really cool on the shelf, but that's where they will stay forever.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're just, sorry, Thundercats. That's in my memory and in my childhood is where you will stay, and I will never pull you out again.
Okay, I think we need to go to movie news now, because I've got some movie news up. Something that you can find online, and I'll have... Dadpool put the link up. Mr. Sunday Movies, which is a famous YouTuber. Okay. He actually got the leaked Colin Trevorrow episode 9 script.
Oh, yeah, I heard about that. We
Called
talked about that a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah, I just watched. He actually had another guy animate him like a shortened version. And I've got to say, Trevorrow, what were you thinking? It was terrible. I'm like, I'm so happy. Because at the end, they tell you what... do you know what? I can't even remember what Ray's last name was, and it's like nobody.
Well, again, she is literally a nobody, right?
Yeah.
So nothing ever comes of her line. Kylo Ren had killed her parent. It was this weird, convoluted...
it was very strange. But anyway, if you want to see a bit more of it, I'll have Dadpool put it up on the... I put a link up for you so you can watch it.
Let me know so I could have put it on the show live. I could have put it up.
What the heck? It was awful. I'm like so glad you were back, Abrams, because you made my heart happy.
And as much as people have criticized episode 9, I really think he did the best that he could with what he was given.
We watched it again the other night and I sobbed. I sobbed at the end. I was just like, oh my God, that's so beautiful.
Yes, tons of fan service, guys. There's things I don't know. I don't know what direction he could have gone with it, but I think he did the best that he could have done with what he had, and I'll still enjoy it as part of the franchise.
I enjoyed it. A couple of things that have been now confirmed as pushback. Jungle Cruise has now been formally pushed back till 2021. That one actually looked really good.
That was the Rock one, right?
The Rock and Emily
Oh,
Blunt, yeah. Black Widow, Eternals, and Indiana Jones 5 has been pushed back till 2022 at this point.
And here's all the Sony slates that they just recently pushed back. So we have Ghostbusters Afterlife, slated for July 20th of this summer. It's now March 5th of 2021. Morbius from July 31st of this summer to March 19th. So I guess March is going to be good next year. Some good stuff. Peter Rabbit 2, wasn't really looking forward to that. It was already moved from April to August, and now they've pushed it to January. So it's actually going to be a good winter into spring for movies next year. I think there's a lot. And also that video adaptation Uncharted has been displaced from March 2021 to October 2021.
Amazing.
And that's, There's a couple of others. They have a Tom Hanks World War drama got pushed a year back. Fatherhood, Kevin Hart.
The one that was really interesting me was Artemis Fowl, and that was due out this summer. If you haven't read Ian Colfer's Artemis Fowl series, brilliant one for the tweens, I'd say. All about a young guy who is basically like a like a Bond character kind of, fighting against fairy folk. Anyway, Disney had made a version of it. It was being released as a movie. Obviously, the bill was pushed back, but now it is looking like it's going to be a Disney Plus release. It's not even going to go to cinemas. They're just going to release it straight onto Disney Plus. Whether that happens over here in the UK or not, and whether it's just going out to the US, we don't know. But that's what they're saying right now. So there you go.
You want to hear something fantastic, though?
Go on.
All right, so the executive producers of The Office, who we love The Office, it's Ben Silverman and Paul Lieberstein. They have decided to create a new workplace comedy based on working from home, basically the same conditions we're facing with COVID-19. And here's what he says. So many of us are jumping on Zoom daily for work and beyond. We are in a new normal and are personally navigating ways to remain connected and productive at work and in our home lives. And they just go on and say how this is just going to be, yes, you connect on there, and it's going to follow an office that wants all of the employees to be online, basically a FaceTiming into or Zooming into the office as long as they're working their full 9-hour work shift. They need to be zoomed in, doing their work as if they were at their desk, have like virtual things set up.
So basically like watching The Guild, but
kind of. I mean, but it's still, I mean, it's going to be amazing though with those two guys.
Do you know what would make a really interesting show though?
What's that?
Is like Zoom has become this massive thing. Everybody's using Zoom, okay, to do like classrooms and everything else.
Zoom is making bank.
Yeah. So what if this is a storyline? This is not true. This is not fact. I haven't heard anything about this. But what if you made a storyline about the fact that Zoom's like owners are these evil people who release COVID into the world just so that they could make massive amounts of money?
There's a movie. There's a movie in that. Yeah.
It's not real. It's
not real.
It's just stupid.
And guys, just know that nothing that we do here, we never try to make light of the situation that's happening in any way. We just want to try to bring a little light and levity and humor and hope into this world. Like while there's so much just uncertainty and fear and anxiety, so please just know that we are here to support everything that's happening in the world. And actually, again, one of the things that I love about this time is I love seeing just people rise up. You get the best, well, and sometimes you get the worst of people as well. But for the most part, as a whole, as just humanity, they seem to give us the best because everybody, like when I was talking to that police officer in the parking lot or the car park here in the UK, somebody drove up to him and said, "Hey, we're giving out meals for NHS workers. We have some left over. Would you like one?" And offered it to the police officer. And so you just see these random acts of kindness that are just happening everywhere, and it just makes my heart smile. And I love seeing things like that. And if you're someone that's doing that, man, I'm gonna pat you on the back. Metaphorically, proverbially, somehow that they will clap. But there still are things that we can do, even though we're kind of stuck at times. We can still support, and even if it's just like reaching out to people that might be alone, making a phone call, like writing letters, doing things, and try to stay connected to people that might be going through a hard time, and that can be a big and amazing thing.
Yep, absolutely.
So do stuff like that.
Last bit of movie news: we watched Onward over the weekend.
Yeah, if you haven't seen it yet, I'm not really going to give away what it's all about, but it just kind of left me scratching my head. Like, yeah, there's some great morals in here. As far as our kids watching it,
I'll be honest,
good sibling stuff.
Chris
that's
Pratt's
good to know.
character was amazing.
Oh, it was fantastic.
I absolutely adored Chris Pratt's character, and
it's Chris Pratt. I mean, it's Chris Pratt.
Tom Holland. After seeing him in Spies in Disguise, it was like so good, and then this. it wasn't like he was doing a bad job. It was just the character just seemed a bit flat to me.
Yeah.
The whole movie seemed a bit flat to me, I'll be honest. I mean, I was expecting quite a lot from it, I guess. And
It's a Pixar. Pixar like never does
Yeah.
bad, and that's why. And it's not it's not that it was bad. But
No.
it's not one that I have any inclination to watch again anytime soon. It's there. We own it now. I bought it on my American iTunes account, but
even the kids, like, once we watched Spies in Disguise, my son decided to watch it like every day for like 4 days solid.
they haven't even
and
mentioned this one.
They
It's just
haven't
gone.
gone,
It was in and out.
want to
like-
watch that again?
Yeah. So Spies in Disguise, good. Ding ding ding.
And onward. Eh.
That's just kind of how that one was.
So, can we go on to game news? Because
Let's
I
do
think
it.
I've moved my movie news. Okay.
You
so-
finished your second raid last night.
I did!
Your second raid ever, your second and a half, because we kind of gave up on the Garden of Salvation.
At nearly 3 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, you done good though. You done good.
Our first raid was lots of fun, and I really enjoyed it. And then
13 hours. Wait, which one? The
yeah.
Last Wish or the Garden of Salvation?
Garden of Salvation.
This is all Destiny 2, by the way.
Yes. I really enjoyed that. The second raid, we decided to do the
Last Wish.
Last Wish, which we completed finally after having quite a few members jumping in and out. You go in as a 6-member fire team. We couldn't get any of our clan to come and play with us that night because they were doing trials. So we used the FPS. Is that what it is?
Yeah, just the fire team chat. Like,
yeah.
just finder, the
So
fire
we
team finder.
found a fire team online. And we had a couple of guys who stayed with us for the most part of it. Big shout out to Heartless Paladin because he stuck with us from
almost
night
to the end.
Almost
to the end. Almost to the end. He had a bounce.
Yeah, but we had some really nice guys coming in, and we had a couple that we were like, okay.
Yeah, yeah.
At one point, I literally turned my mic off, and I went into my emotes little gallery and found one that was exasperated. And then I turned my mic off and just kept tapping the button so it would just go like
Her
this
character.
because I was so fed up at that point.
Well, there's a point where it gets really late in the evening, and
Yeah.
and you don't want to talk. You just listen. We all
Just
know
do
what we're
it.
doing. Let's just do it.
Let's
and
just
this
do it.
guy just wanted to talk for 30 minutes between each time we would
Bless
give it another
him.
go. Bless him again. You know, he was a great guy. But holy cow, we probably spent 3 hours of our 5 hours just talking.
Talking.
Now, again, you need instruction at times. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But when we've had the instruction, and we've had more instruction, and we've said the exact same thing 17 times, just shut up and play.
And then last night we
love you.
did a raid with our clan. Now again, Dadpool and I had never done it before. They were literally showing us the entire mechanics, running us through. We did it so quickly in comparison, and I must admit, the whole way through I was laughing and smiling. And those
Well,
guys,
quickly in comparison, but that should be about a 30-minute raid.
no, I know. Well, they said once we run it again, it would be very quick because now we've got the mechanics down and we were doing what we were supposed to be doing. But I've got to say, I just remember just laughing the whole way through it. There wasn't a point where we weren't sitting there and just laughing
We
with
have an
our
amazing
friends.
clan. If you guys
We
want to
do.
join a clan, I got a shout out to Jive Monkey, Josh That Loud, World TNT,
Lord Curlism.
Leo, Lord Curlism there.
Lord
and we're missing one.
Captain Chaos.
Well, he just kind of came in for a little bit. But is that all? And Pale Wonder, Matt.
Pale Wonder.
Pale, yeah. So
Yeah.
you guys are awesome.
Thank
we love you
you.
guys. And so, yeah, it's
We had
good.
lots of fun there.
So if you're not in a fun clan, you guys want to play a game that's a lot of fun, that helps you connect. I mean, we're staying connected with these people that most I've never met in IRL, you know, that they're just around the world in different places, but really develop some friendships because these are some really cool people that'll help, and it's a great community. And if you've ever thought about getting into a fun game, Destiny 2, it's great. Shoot us a message again. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, @TheGeekUG. We'll get you connected right away, and we'll play. We'll have some fun.
Absolutely.
And it's a good time.
Absolutely. Now, the two interesting bits of news. One's very interesting and one's informative. And I'm breaking a bit of a with one of them, I must admit. Amazon obviously bought the rights to The Lord of the Rings. Yes, the TV
Yes.
show.
And how much did they spend on that?
$1 billion.
$1 billion.
So the interesting news is Amazon is taking a little walk into the MMO world.
Should I
They
say
are
ooh
making
here?
a Lord of the Rings MMO. Now, they have picked up developers from Destiny, World of Warcraft, and PlanetSide. Now, it's completely separate from the TV show, but what they're working on looks absolutely insanely good.
I mean, if they can create like a virtual Middle Earth to check out,
Yes.
that would be amazing. I mean, any Lord of the Rings Tolkien fan would just fall. I mean, yeah, it's our. Don't want to say what that is, but
And
it's
I mean,
amazing.
I've never played World of Warcraft, I've got to say, but I know from people who've played it, you know, it's very well done. Obviously, as a big Destiny player, both Dadpool and I keep wanting to call him Taz because that's his name on Destiny. Sorry, we love Destiny a lot, and you know, the fact that they've picked up people from those games means that they're talking serious business here. They're not just going, "Oh, we're just going to make an MMO because we're Amazon. We can do anything." It looks really good.
Yeah, no, well, Amazon got the money, and if they can actually, man, they're delving into the world of gaming now. Amazon is just buying up the world. I mean, they start selling books, and then they become the biggest online retailer, and then music streamer, and shipper, and grocery supplier, and I mean, just, now they're getting into gaming. But wow, that money, that company has got too much money. Well, like Apple. Apple is sitting on a $150 billion pile of cash.
Yeah.
That's just their cash out. And I'm sure Amazon's got a similarly large, maybe not quite that, but still, as companies are ridiculous.
Now I'm going to break my I hate Fortnite completely.
Uh-oh.
Only because this season, this is Chapter 2, Season 2, they've pulled in Deadpool. And I know where his pistols are.
Huh?
So if you want to know where Deadpool's pistols are, I know where they are, and I'm going to tell you exactly how to get them.
Okay.
Yeah. So
that sounded a bit like a
I know,
double
it sounded
entendre.
awful,
I'm like,
but I mean, actually, his guns.
Okay, like still not working out well for yourself. Okay.
Okay, so every week there is a Deadpool challenge. If you want to get to Deadpool's like secret little area, you need. Oh my gosh! Shut up. From the game lobby, there is a vent on the right. If you click on it takes you to secret room.
All right. Okay, I'm back.
Now, there are challenges every week, and as you complete all the challenges, that will give you like pieces of his outfit until you completely create his outfit. Now, one of the challenges is to find a milk carton. It is in his secret room. You need to find that milk carton. But his pistols, his guns, whatever you want to call them, one is in the main hub and the other is in Meowsicle's room. And you need to look there before you're heading out to a match.
Okay.
You're welcome.
Okay.
I hate Fortnite still, but if you want his pistols, then there you go.
Yes. So you got to find Deadpool's secret little place and then redress him, apparently.
Or redress yourself in his stuff.
Okay.
Apparently.
I'm just done.
Stop it.
Just done.
You're so terrible. Okay. So now we are going to have a little quiz.
Oh.
We'd love to hear your input on this, but I was reading some articles the other day and I saw a really interesting article.
Okay.
And it was all about Disney sidekicks and which Hogwarts house they'd be put into.
Okay.
Okay. And I agreed with all of these, I've got to say. Some of them I was like, I'm not sure exactly who that character is, so I don't know. So I've left those ones out.
All right.
Because I'm not 100% sure that you'd know exactly who those people are. But we'd love to hear your ideas if you agree or disagree with us.
All right, so first, let's take the 4 houses and break down the attributes that are found in those 4 houses of Hogwarts.
So you've got Gryffindor, which is bravery courage.
Okay.
You've got Hufflepuff, who are basically...
Nobody really knows. Nobody.
I would call them a jack of all trades and a master at none.
Okay.
They tend to be the botanists and the animal people and those sort of things. They kind of do more of the earthy sort of
Newt
stuff.
Scamander was a Hufflepuff. Yeah.
Madame Pomfrey.
Yep, and Cedric Diggory.
Yeah.
He's pretty
They're
brave.
not bad things. Kalea's a Hufflepuff. You're a Hufflepuff.
Yeah. You know what?
Then you have got the Ravenclaws, who are the smarties.
Intellects. Yep.
And then the Slytherins, who are sly and cunning, but not necessarily bad. But not a bad wizard didn't come out of Slytherin. So if you're going to be a bad wizard, then you generally go to Slytherin, but it doesn't mean necessarily you are a bad wizard.
Yes. Just crafty, cunning, smart, like that kind of...
Harry's son actually is a Slytherin.
Yeah.
One of them at least.
Well, but I mean, just that way of thinking that they have, it is a very unique way you see the world and doing things. But you're right, it could get twisted and then convoluted the way that it
absolutely.
is. So, yeah.
Okay, so number 1, going for a perennial Disney favorite, Tinkerbell.
Tinkerbell.
Now, in terms
She was a bit of a turd. I mean, she was. I think she'd be Slytherin. Just because she's kind of a turd of a character. I mean, she's just a slinky little, like,
we had to
annoying,
stop my daughter
crafty-
watching Tinkerbell when she was little because she kept trying to pretend to be her. And Tinkerbell's not very nice.
Am I right?
Yeah.
Is it Slytherin?
So,
Okay.
they said Slytherin. I agreed because she is. She winds up Wendy all the time. She's always like tricking Wendy. She's kind of sneaky.
Well, she hated Wendy. I mean, she wanted to get with Peter. I mean, she's like, her whole thing in life was, I want to get with Peter. Like, that's the thing, and however it took to get there. And
So, yes, Tinkerbell.
Is a
We
turd.
say Slytherin. So,
right.
the genie from Aladdin.
I mean, he's a smart dude. He's brave. He jumps into battle with Aladdin anytime he's asked to. He's definitely a jack of all trades, though. I mean, if you think of like what he can do everything. And if that's your classification of Hufflepuff, I'd stick him in Hufflepuff because he kind of does everything. He's smart. He's brave. He has craftiness. Although he gets duped by Aladdin on more than one occasion, but I'll go Hufflepuff.
Okay. They actually went with Gryffindor
Okay.
for the genie, which I think there isn't one necessarily he wouldn't fit into. He's kind of one of those ones who kind of sits in the middle a little bit.
All right.
I think.
All right.
But they said Gryffindor, but I think I agree with Hufflepuff on him. Buzz from Toy Story.
Buzz Lightyear. Not the smartest.
Kind of a meathead, isn't he?
Yeah, definite meathead. Yeah, a couple tracks short of an album. I mean, he's definitely not Ravenclaw. He's not really a crafty guy either, which you got to be a little intellectual to get in Slytherin. I mean,
Yeah.
just there's that side of things. I mean, it's more street smarts than book smarts, though, is Slytherin. So not Slytherin. Again, you just got to put him right into Gryffindor because he just charges headlong into battle regardless. He'll save a friend, whatever he has to do. So he's just got to be Gryffindor.
Yeah, absolutely.
So are you
next
calling
one.
Harry Potter a meathead? Is that kind of what Harry Potter is too? Not the
No.
smartest kid, because really Hermione should have been Ravenclaw.
Yeah, but she chose Gryffindor.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
And Ron should have been Hufflepuff. Poor Ron.
In actual fact, just so you know, because when I actually, when Pottermore was starting, I was one of the beta testers for Pottermore. And Rupert Grint, who plays Ron Weasley, actually was sorted at the same time. And he was a Ravenclaw just like me.
Oh, okay.
So there you go.
I don't see that.
Well, the Rupert
He's
Grint's
not,
actual.
Yeah, he's not.
Yes, he is.
Ron Weasley.
Okay, Mushu from Milan.
Mushu, Little Dragon, Eddie
Yep.
Murphy. He's funny. I wouldn't say he's the bravest dude.
No.
I mean, he encourages bravery, but I don't think he himself is that. He kind of tricks people to do things for him, though, right?
And he's pretty sneaky.
And I say pretty sneaky. That's why I was kind of leaning towards Slytherin on that one, just because he's a lizard.
Yes,
All right?
Slytherin.
Not just
yeah.
because he's a lizard, but
I
because
think he's Slytherin too.
Okay.
I mean, the way he kind of like tricks and deceives people into doing things, and he is very sneaky, very, very sneaky.
and that's the right. That's what they put.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay,
they put
so that's
Slytherin.
what
Rafiki from The Lion King.
Rafiki.
You know who Rafiki is, yeah?
Yeah, the monkey.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I was like, when you said it, I was like, does he know
or
who
he's a
Rafiki
baboon,
is?
isn't he?
Yes.
Okay, he's a baboon, not a monkey. Sorry to offend any baboons or monkeys out there. I apologize. I don't know. I mean, he is brave, right? He's done his things. I mean, again, trying to figure out to sort someone into Hufflepuff is always really hard because you just don't know all the attributes of what a Hufflepuff is. He's not really a crafty, sneaky kind of guy, I guess. I wouldn't put him in Slytherin. I mean, they don't really get into his intellect much, so I wouldn't put him in Ravenclaw just because that's never really a thing that they focus on. He just kind of is like a soothsayer in some ways, kind of sees the future of things. I mean, I'm left with either Gryffindor or Hufflepuff, but because well, again, jack of all trades, kinda. He does a lot. I'll just go with Hufflepuff just because it's not used much.
It is Hufflepuff.
It is Hufflepuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that was where their ones finished. And actually, I've chucked in some Marvel ones for you.
Okay.
Okay, so we're going to go with Captain America.
Captain America.
Where would he be? Steve?
Again, he's Gryffindor. I mean, he's more of just that. He has some plans, sort of, sometimes, but he just likes to run and gun. He just
Leader.
jumps in there, headlong, and gets saved by his friends quite a bit.
See, at the beginning, I would definitely put him in Gryffindor. And then towards the end, I might even put him in Slytherin. Like, if you look at him at the beginning in Avengers and then at the very end of Endgame,
Yeah.
I think he kind of sits between those two. And he changed from being a very strong Gryffindor into pretty much a Slytherin for me. He kind of gets to that point where he is kind of sneaky and, you know, he's okay with lying and kind of using those traits, whereas before he was just like, you know, pure and good and nobody
he
would
got
touch
to
him.
a point where the end justifies the means of getting there, kind of thing, and that's, but that was more after like Thanos just wrecks everything, and he's left kind of crushed after that, right? And so this
But
crushed
even
person
before
of
Thanos, if you look at him in Civil War,
yeah, but that's just him staying true to his friends, though. Like he's just staying true to what he believes still.
but that's not necessarily a good thing.
No,
I mean,
not always. I mean,
Voldemort
Hitler
believed in
stayed.
something,
Say, a
and
lot
I
of
mean,
people
he
stayed
was
true to what they
wrong.
believe in, and so yeah.
Not that I was Team Iron Man at all necessarily. I'm just saying. Just
They were both wrong. Really, is how that all went down.
so
Let's
let's
do one more. Let's get one more here.
Oh, okay. Let's go for an interesting one. Hulk.
Hulk
Bruce
smash.
Banner.
I mean, Gryffindor. Like, there's again.
Oh, but he.
I know he's smart.
Bruce Banner.
So Hulk, Gryffindor, Bruce Banner, Ravenclaw.
But what about as Professor Hulk?
Well, he lost the meatheadedness. You saw how he tried to like bang cars. He didn't have that. He was scared. Like, so he's Ravenclaw. If he's just Banner or Professor Hulk, he's Ravenclaw.
Okay, what about Thor? Last one. Thor.
The last one, Thor. Well, Thor again, he's a Gryffindor because meathead early on, especially. He's just gonna charge in there, swing his hammer, hit stuff like and win. He didn't have any fear of losing. I mean, because he didn't think he could be beat, so he was just straight up Gryffindor. I think most of the Marvel heroes, you figure that they're fearless. They're going to jump out in battle. Those people of courage, superheroes,
What about
are
the
generally going to
anti-heroes
fight.
then? Because obviously Loki would be like Slytherin, but what about Deadpool?
Yeah, because a Gryffindor wouldn't just cap someone in the head just because they were. I mean, I don't know. Like, I don't think like you can put that in a house unless I mean.
He's in the American school because that one sucks.
Yeah. What's Durmstrang? He's over at Durmstrang, whatever their houses are. That's where probably fit right in there with Kakarov.
Karkaroff.
Yeah. So there you go. He trained under Kakarov. That's not a house. He wasn't in Hogwarts.
That's all I got.
All right.
Well, at least it was funny.
It was. Thank you very much, Trash Panda.
That's okay.
All right, guys, we're going to wrap it up, but I want to wrap it up with something. Now, we did a live stream sort of similar to this. There was an interactive show. I'm a youth pastor. Livy's a youth pastor as well. We're youth workers. We had two other youth pastors on as well, a bunch of cameras, playing videos, issuing challenges the other night. Got a bunch of great people watching and interacting. And just what one of the youth workers said when we were kind of closing up, it was just really poignant because, again, we're all finding ourselves here stuck in our homes, really unable to go out and having lots of people around us. We've got to find this way to coexist. And he just said, you know what, when you're going to say that thing, maybe think about not saying that thing. You know, we're all getting rubbed a little raw. We're all getting irritated by family a little bit more than we normally would. But this is not going to end tomorrow. This is not going to end even in a week. We're probably looking till the end of April before a lot of these lockdowns are even potentially just even a little bit lifted.
Yeah.
And with that in mind, guys, we just need to find the ways to coexist. And so just take that extra moment, because we got to figure this out. Just take that extra moment in finding ways where you can just not say that bad thing you're about to say, or not doing that thing you're about to do. I mean, it's hard all the way around. We really don't have an answer for you, but other than just taking that moment to think about it, you know, because we got to learn how to do this right. We got to learn how to make this work. And I wish I had the answer for your specific situation. And even if it's just, you know what, I need some time in my room. And if you're sharing a room, that makes it even harder. So I don't know, sit on the back porch for a bit. Find a way where you can find your little place where you can just kind of have your alone time when you need it, because we all need that little bit of time that's just to ourselves where we can escape for a moment even. But
Yeah,
but
you
guys,
need to take care of yourself.
yeah, and just find that routine in your life. Try to find something that's normal again, even if it's just finding every day at noon I'm gonna read a book. Every day at 1 I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna find things that make life kind of back to that normal, because this is our new normal right now, which is a weird normal, but this is our new normal. Doing everything from home and streaming stuff and live streaming events from different locations to people's houses, and we got to figure out how to make this happen and make it work. But guys, we are here. We love to be able to help in any way that we can. Again, at the Geek UG on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. You can always hit us up. And now we've got our YouTube channel up. We're going to try to post here as well. You can post comments, whatever else you want to do. I don't know what you do on the internet. That's your thing, not mine. But you can always find us. You can always reach out to us. And
if you play Destiny, it's Tasmanian Flea and Techno Sugar. We're usually on UK time around about 8 or so. And we absolutely adore playing with people. So if you want to play with us, please, 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 please come and join us on Destiny 2. Our clan name is a little bit salty, so I won't tell you what it is. But once you join us, you'll be able to see what our clan's name is. So Tasmanian Flea and Techno Sugar, if you want to play with us, just hit us up, send us a friend request, send us a message. We're happy to sit and play with you or walk you through some of the different things we've done, whisper, things like that, if you are interested.
Yeah, absolutely, guys. But I think that's all for tonight.
Yep.
We always want to leave you with just a little encouragement. Just don't forget to be awesome, because you are. It's hard to filter out the negative voices in this world at times, because sometimes those always seem like they're the loudest, and the positive ones get kind of shoved to the back. Filter that negative stuff out, right? Filter it out. If people are being negative in your life, they don't really deserve a place in your life. Find those positive voices and encouragements around you that are around you. Focus on those, because you are awesome. Just don't forget it.
And don't forget to be unique. Just because you're inside and just because everybody else is doing the same thing at the moment does not mean that you need to follow the herd. There are plenty of different things for you to do. Learn to draw, read a book, do some baking. I've been baking bread like there's no tomorrow. It's just there is bread coming out of Dad Paul's ears at the moment because I keep baking, but I'm enjoying it, and it's a good form of exercise. So you know what? There might be an option. Or come and play Destiny 2 with Taz and I.
Guys, we
We'd
will
love to
get
see
we will
you.
get through this. This is going to end soon. Life will go on. Just don't focus on the news feeds. Don't focus on your social streams, because this will end soon, and we will make it through to the end of this, guys. You were made for a purpose. Just remember that. There's a God that made you, a God that loves you, and he sees what's going on, and he's going to be with us every step of the way. I mean, good or bad, he's going to carry us through, and I want to encourage you in that. So, guys, we love you. It's always a pleasure to be with you.
Sorry.
Trash Pan is playing with the cat.
The cat was coming. He was going to come say goodbye, but be unique and bye.